Well, we made it to the Piney Campground, Land Between the Lakes, southern section down in Tennessee. It's a campground. It's peoply, but sometimes you just need a good, nice, hot shower, other than a camp shower, and a good, clean bathroom. But we're set up. It's lakeside. Pretty nice facilities here. This loop that we're on is a primitive loop, no electric. We've got a couple water spigots, but there's only like 2 other people set up here, so it's going to be quiet, I'm hoping. James and Brenda's all set up. Say hi, James and Brenda.
Hi, James and Brenda.
Actually deployed the awning, the big awning, for the first time, and it didn't get by unscathed. Got a little boomerang shape to it now. I don't know if you can see that. Got a nice little dent in it right here. Probably got some pressure from a tree. Oh well. Here's what it is. Got a nice little dent up here. But the plan is tomorrow, get up and go to Mammoth Caves, do some cave tours, stay there 2 days before we head home. Look at her with her Demolition Ranch shirt on.
It's a good show,
Don't
man.
do nothing sketchy.
It's a good show. I ain't gonna do nothing sketcy.
With the shirt on.
I'm not gonna do nothing sketchy.
Alright, love you, mean it. I forgot I was going to show you this tire. Check this out. You can get four fingers in there, almost your whole hand. Yeah, there wasn't no plug in that. It didn't look that wide when I was trying to plug it. And I don't think glue treads would have sufficed for that. But I did buy a glue tread kit for James for Christmas. I just didn't get myself one. Go figure. Alright, we're in Mammoth Caves. It absolutely poured the rain last night while we was at Land Between the Lakes. We got drowned. Luckily she talked me into putting out the awning for the first time last night during the whole trip. And we huddled under there after we had just built a nice campfire with $16 worth of campfire wood. But yeah, we got drowned last night. It rained all night. Woke up this morning, it was still pouring rain. Still remnants from that hurricane, I guess. So we packed up everything wet and hammered down here to Mammoth Caves. So we're here at Mammoth Caves National Park campground. It is crowded and it is peoply. We have people set up all around us, but it is what it is.
And we have a cave tour scheduled tomorrow.
Yeah.
I mean, this was our free 3 days, so
Yeah, this is just
spur of the moment.
cutting the drive short, trying to cut the drive up, not have to drive 13 hours all the way from Arkansas back home. So this is a convenient little stop. So it was Land Between the Lakes before we head all the way back home. So we're going to stay here tonight, do a cave tour or two tomorrow. I'll try to get some video of that during the cave tour. Then we'll wake up Monday morning and head back home.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Well, you know, you miss home, but it's not been long enough.
Yeah, and our 16-year-old's sick, so
Yeah.
Mama and Papa's taking care of her, and
Our little dog's
and our
missing
little
me.
dog's missing us. So
She's missing me.
missing you, yeah. It's her lap dog. All right, we'll see you tomorrow during the cave tour. Love you, mean it. Christy's frying us some burgers.
Simple burgers tonight.
James and Brenda. James is asleep in the hammock. Here's a price comparison versus 1995. Same tour, $4.50 each, versus today, $24 each. Well, we're up and at 'em. We're going on the historic cave tour this morning. We got to walk from the campground all the way over to the visitor center. I guess that's where we begin. See you in a minute. In the late 1800s, reaching Mammoth Cave was a challenge, with visitors enduring rough stagecoach rides to explore the cave. In 1886, the Mammoth Cave Railroad, affectionately called the Dinky Line, changed this by offering a scenic 9-mile ride from Cave City directly to the cave's entrance. This narrow-gauge railway took travelers through picturesque forests, building excitement as they neared the landmark. The train became famous, drawing guests from across the U.S. and Europe, and it boosted tourism until the rise of the automobiles made it obsolete. The last train ran in 1931. A restored stagecoach and remnants of the Dinky Line and the locomotive named Hercules are on display here, a nostalgic reminder of early tourism adventures. Currently stretching over 400 miles, with uncharted passages still waiting to be explored, it's the longest known cave system on Earth. A sprawling underworld of deep chambers, twisting tunnels, and mysterious rivers that flow in complete darkness. The story of Mammoth Cave is one of natural wonder, discovery, and the courage of explorers who brave the unknown to bring its secrets to light.
There was a whole branch underneath the hotel room, but this goes over the weekend. This is where.
This is huge. So huge.
This wasn't like this when we came.
I don't remember it either.
It was not like this. It's like they built concrete pathways.
Yeah.
It was dirt
Yeah,
when we came.
we walked on the dirt, didn't we?
Yeah. Could you imagine dropping down into this and being like, holy smokes,
No. No.
I found my new home. You could build houses in here.
Let's wait on them.
Okay.
If you haven't been here, you just can't imagine how big this is.
We're with you.
What do you think?
It's beautiful.
Crazy, ain't it?
Beautiful.
Absolutely crazy. Longest mapped cave system in the world, currently still being mapped. How many miles?
2 miles.
Oh, I mean the cave system.
I don't know. Over 400.
It's over 400. When we was here 29 years ago, it was 3 something.
And these concrete sidewalks are
Just slightly over 300 miles. Imagine dropping in this. Long before European settlers arrived, indigenous peoples had already discovered the cave's winding passages. Nearly 4,000 years ago, these early explorers ventured into its darkness with burning reeds illuminating the towering stone walls. Archaeologists have found tools, torches, and ancient art that tell of this early connection, and their legacy lingers in the marks that they left. For these ancient people, the cave was a place of resources, shelter, and perhaps spiritual significance. Their presence remains as a reminder of the cave's powerful allure
drawing humans in for thousands of years.
Big old dark hole up there. Got the sword and the stone up there. I thought that rock.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
Excalibur.
The Excalibur.
It is what it looks like.
Probably seismograph, if I'm guessing. I don't know. I'm not a seismologist. I'm a bullcrapologist.
YouTube certified.
I'm not even YouTube certified. I said, is that a Excalibur or is that a
Seismograph.
seismograph? I said, I'm not a seismologist, I'm a bullcrapologist. The school teacher said we need to hurry.
The cave found new purpose in the early 19th century. During the War of 1812, Mammoth Cave was mined for saltpeter, a mineral crucial for making gunpowder. This brought the cave into the national spotlight, and soon after, it became one of the earliest American tourist attractions. People traveled from far and wide to experience the eerie beauty of Mammoth Cave firsthand.
Wait up, Speedy Gonzales.
I don't want to be the reason that everybody's sitting around waiting. I understand a degree of social distancing, but they're a quarter mile ahead of us.
And they're piled on top of each other. We are enjoying this.
Yes, we are.
Enjoyable place.
You are. I don't want to get yelled at by a ranger.
She said she don't want to get yelled at by a ranger.
I don't. They told us to keep up.
What was that movie you said you watched about the caves?
Huh?
What was that movie? Descent?
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
I've never seen the first one.
So this is what the cave would have looked like to you coming here in the 1800s, witnessing the cave by lantern light. You folks may notice the terrain behind me, these really big rocks. This is more close to what you would have been walking on back then. You wouldn't have had the nice cement trail we have nowadays. Now you may notice that there was some graffiti on that coffin. It was quite common during the 1800s for people to tip their tour guides, and then the tour guide would allow them to mark their name on the wall. They would either scratch it on or they would smoke their name on the wall with a candle. Now this became totally illegal in 1941 when we became a national park. So if it's before 1941, it's historic graffiti. If it came after 1941, it's a federal offense.
Around this time, a young man named Stephen Bishop arrived at Mammoth Cave. Bishop was an enslaved African American brought to the cave in 1838 by Dr. John Croghan, who owned the land and sought to promote the cave's wonders. Bishop was assigned the role of guide, but what could have been a mundane task instead became a passionate pursuit. Fascinated by the darkness that stretched beyond the known paths, he began exploring every corner, becoming one of the cave's first true pioneers. With only a lantern to light his way, Bishop was fearless, navigating tight passages, climbing into unknown caverns, and even daring to cross bottomless pit, a dizzying chasm that few dared to approach. He discovered countless formations and chambers, which he named himself Fat Man's Misery, a narrow, winding passage, and Purgatory, a daunting stretch that tested the nerves of every visitor. Bishop's knowledge of the cave grew so extensive that he created one of the first maps of Mammoth Cave, an impressive feat of memory and skill that would guide explorers and visitors for years.
They've left us behind.
Is that you?
They've left us behind.
Hopping
They're
around.
going to lock the gate. The boogers is going to get us.
This is kind of low.
Yeah. Yeah, big old rock wedge there. What's your head?
What's your head doing?
Lucky me. Lucky me, I don't even really have to die. Cool. Yeah.
There's one 1889 right there.
But Bishop was not just a map maker. He was a captivating storyteller. Visitors flocked to Mammoth Cave from across the nation and even Europe. And Bishop's tours became famous for his charisma and sense of wonder. With each tour, he brought the cave to life, his words painting vivid pictures of its marvels and its dangers. In his care, every stalagmite and shadow held a story, and he was celebrated as the cave's greatest guide. Even as an enslaved man, Bishop left a legacy that would forever tie his name to Mammoth Cave. Following his exploration, Mammoth Cave continued to draw attention. In the mid-1800s, Dr. Croghan attempted to establish a tuberculosis hospital inside, convinced the cave's cool, stable air would cure the disease. Small stone huts were built for patients who spent weeks or even months in the cave's dark depths. The experiment was untimely, tragic, and unsuccessful. The hospital remains still stand as an eerie reminder of this particular chapter.
All right, librarian.
No, I'm not librarian either.
That pit back there was crazy.
I know, I saw it.
No, you didn't see what I saw.
Oh, was there a booger man in the
There's a
bottom?
booger man in the bottom of it. He said it pushed the lotion on its skin. They cut some tread in that. I don't think it worked too good. Hi, we're at Fat Man Misery. Yeah. And we've caught up to the school class.
Well, then you shouldn't have no problem getting through.
That's slick as it gets.
Yeah, it is.
In 1941, Mammoth Cave was designated a national park, protecting its wonders and the history within its depths. Later, it earned UNESCO World Heritage Site and Biosphere Reserve status, solidifying its place among the world's national treasures. Today, the cave still holds mysteries, with new passages being discovered and rare cave species, like the eyeless Kentucky cave shrimp, making it their home. Through it all, Stephen Bishop's legacy endures as part of the cave's soul. His early map and names he gave to passages remain, a testament to his courage and curiosity. Mammoth Cave is more than a geological marvel. It's a place where human history and national wonder collide, inviting each new visitor to step into the shadows and be a part of its story.
I think they lied to us. I got a bathroom in here. Who would have thunk?
It's beautiful, but it was real peoply.
Yeah, it's beautiful, but it's too peoply.
A lot of people.
It's crazy. People want to go underground. In memory of our fallen comrades of Kentucky and the American dead of the World War. Because during the War of 1812, they mined saltpeter from this cave to make gunpowder.
They also did that at Carter Caves.
Yeah,
Saltpeter Cave. They
Yeah.
actually have a saltpeter cave at Carter Caves in Kentucky.
yeah, they did. Well, we got back from the cave tour. It was a good time. Tired now. And Christy's gonna make pizza.
Yeah.
And
And our lighter is in the trash room on top of the Jeep. So he's going to start the other one. I need the other burner, not that burner.
what?
I need this burner. Get in the way.
Yay.
There's one.
Hey, we made it back to Kentucky. Hopefully you've watched our full Ozark Overland Adventure Trail video series. It's a 5-part mini-series covering the whole Ozark Overland Adventure Trail. Highly recommend that area. We loved it. We will be going back. Hopefully next time we'll do the High Watermark Trail. If you did watch that, you will know that on the last trail, on the last day, we cut down a tire on the blue Jeep. So when I got home, basically the first thing I had to do was order a set of tires. So if you keep up with our Instagram account, you'll notice that our last reel that I put out shows how I was able to get those tires to the tire shop with the Jeep. I don't have a truck, and my neighbors don't have a truck, so I had to figure out some kind of ingenious way to get those tires in the Jeep to the tire shop at the same time. So check out an Instagram reel if you want to see how I done that. Also, if you watched the full series, on the day 1 episode, I mentioned that we had a problem out of the blue Jeep on our way out there before we'd even made it to the Ozarks. We stopped at a campground on our way out there because that's a long drive from eastern Kentucky all the way out there. And at that campground, when we was pulling in, I noticed a noise coming from the back of the Jeep. I had lost the rear caliper mounting bracket bolt, the big 18mm one. And it was making a noise. And I crawled under the Jeep, and that bolt was gone. I had just got done doing a full brake job on this Jeep. I done a budget big brake kit. This Jeep has JL brakes on the front, dual piston calipers, the whole works. And I've got, believe it or not, I've got a full brake system on the back from a Jeep Gladiator. And that was a budget kit for me, and it worked great. Evidently, I just forgot to torque one of the bolts. So that's on me. When we got there and I'd lost that bolt, we got online, Natural State Overland on their Facebook page, reach out to them, and there's a couple guys on there that was trying to help me source a bolt. We tried scavenging one from different places in the Jeep, and none of them was matching up. I could get the right size, but I couldn't get the right thread pitch. And that's what the guys online was having trouble with too. They could get the right size, but they couldn't get the right thread pitch. So I appreciate their efforts for trying to help me out, but we came up with something ingenious, and I promised I would show you what it was once we made it home if it didn't fail on us. And it made it through our whole trip at the Ozarks and our trip back home. So here's what we came up with. We was in the parts store, and we was able to find an oil drain plug with the correct thread pitch. Although it's a little bit short. So using this bolt and some red Loctite, you can see that there was only about 4 threads holding it on there. So that red Loctite and a little bit of torque, we was able to complete our whole trip. Do I recommend it? No, I don't recommend it. But desperate times calls for desperate measures. And at that time, I was all out of options. And being in an area where you don't know any local junkyards or parts stores, and even out in the Ozarks, there's nothing that I know of close around there because I'm not from that area. So we took a shot in the dark and tried that, and it worked. It worked good. So we're back home now. Got the bolts replaced, got the tires replaced. I think we're doing all right now. We did go on a trip to Cabway Lingo, West Virginia with Senator Mark Maynard and a Jeep Club from West Virginia. Senator Mark Maynard is a good friend of mine and an off-road advocate for use in all different areas of West Virginia and trying to promote even more use out of West Virginia's resources. He's a great guy. He's a great guy. So we went to Cabway Lingo, done a short trip over there. That's part of the larger Hatfield-McCoy Trail system. Cabway Lingo system is what makes it unique. You can take full-size vehicles on it, where most of the Hatfield-McCoy Trail system doesn't allow full-size vehicles. And now there's a couple other ones. I think Ivy is one that allows full-size, and there might be one more, if I'm not mistaken, but I can't think of the name of it. But anyways, it was a muddy mess when we went out there, and we had some trouble. We had a good time. I wouldn't say we had a great time, but I'm going to check the footage, and if that footage is good, then we'll try to make a video out of it and show you what transpired that day. And then the next trip we got, we're going to be going to Overland Red. I expect that to be a good video, so stay tuned. And hey, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. It just helps my small channel grow. I'm trying to get at least to 1,000 subscribers right now. You know, I've only got a couple hundred. And I look at the analytics on my channel page, and most of you guys who watch the videos, I truly appreciate you watching the videos. Most of you guys are not subscribed. Just reach down and hit the subscribe button. I'd really appreciate that. So that's about all I got for right now. Hopefully you'll tune back in, watch our adventures, our shenanigans, our mishaps. We might tear something up. We might fix something. I don't know. But love you, mean it.